So where do we start? Because it has been about 2 years since I left this YouTube channel. I received a lot of messages as well on other social media platforms on what happened. And inside this video, I will briefly elaborate and explain and set the expectations as well for what's coming. But more importantly as well, elaborate on, okay, what has happened over the past 2 years up until now. Because I was very active on this YouTube channel and I was really enjoying it. I received great feedback. I have basically uploaded a lot of videos that literally was all about providing value. But from the moment, which was around December of 2023, I started to lose more and more interest of creating these videos and also to literally be active on socials. Because I truly believe that life happens in cycles. And it was my cycle as well at that time to distance myself a little bit more from what I was doing, to create the videos, because I was not happy with that, what I was doing and what I was providing. So with all that being said, when we go back to December 2023, that was the moment when I moved myself to Spain. This is also something that I've elaborated on this channel and on another channel, basically the reason behind this move. I of course have grown up myself in the Netherlands, and then after 22 years at that point, I decided to move myself in a completely different environment. In an environment that I was very uncomfortable, and I did not know, of course, what the future was going to hold for me. But it was something that I always wanted to do, to move to Spain, because I thought that was like my perfect life. And when I did that, I figured that I was becoming more and more like a one-man show, that I was really focused on myself, and eventually it became too much. Too much in the sense that I lost interest in almost everything except for working and working out. Because of that, I also lost my interest in creating YouTube videos like this. I decided to eventually, right now, in actually a year ago, in March of 2025, move back to the Netherlands, because it has been at that point 1.5 years of being there and literally doing two main things: finding myself, who I am as a person, what I right now value as a person, and second, to also understand that that was not the life that I wanted, which I needed to learn that way. It also happened in a way that also basically made me reflect that I was actually having everything that made me happy at that point. I decided to move because I did not know what I did not know. And because of that, since I left YouTube, of course, I got a lot of questions about, hey, are you gonna come up with like long form content again? Because right now I'm also in the starting phase where you were at back in 2019, and it helps me a lot. So I was thinking about it, I was processing it, but I did not have the energy to provide, to create, and to actually like be live on long form, to basically pull up something that what was actually going to be valuable for most people watching it. Up until this point, I've reflected and I've decided right now to really incorporate long form content back in my life, because I truly believe that right now I also have the value that I can actually bring in long form content that people can actually use for themselves in order to learn from it based on the experience that I've had or the experience that I will go through this year in 2026 moving forward. So that also tells me that I can be live again on this long form content and actually provide something that might be of some sort of value for the person that I was when I started 6 years ago. And that is more important to me than just like throwing videos live that have no intention, no nothing behind it, just for the sake of doing it. And that's also the reason why I will right now also get back to long form content. So I made some notes here just to make sure that I give every single like bit of context possible that is valuable for you, the listener, in order to understand as well what you can expect for 2026 moving forward, because long form is going to take a completely different shape for me in terms of what I will provide on this specific channel. So first of all, this is more or less the update about myself, about what happened over the past 2 years. Since I moved to Spain, I had no energy to create. A lot of things happened around my businesses, around my e-commerce businesses, about my consulting business. Right now, I've started a brand about 1.5 years ago already, which has not even been launched yet. Why? Because I believe more in quality than doing things just for the sake of doing it, pushing it live, and not having the right feeling behind that product that I will be promoting and that I will stand for long term. So to also elaborate a little bit more on that, that's what I will also do later in this video. But for as of right now, that is the main reason why I was away from YouTube, because I did not feel the energy and the need to produce something that was first of all value to the listener, to you, and second, that I think, okay, right now I have something to share that would actually be valuable for like the Carlos from 6 years ago. Because that's how I will approach these kind of videos. Is it something that will actually help you and help myself when I was starting 6 years ago? If not, I will not do it. And right now I have more context about, okay, what I want to create in 2026, which I will dive into right now, and also what you can expect and learn from it. And that all comes back to basically my targets for 2026. My most important targets on business is to finally launch the brand that I've started back in October 16th when it started in 2024. So it's already like almost 1.5 years ago since I started it. And most people will tell you, hey, you know, if you're launching a product that is like perfect, then you're launching too late. Yes, I completely agree. But to give you a little bit more of context, as I'm right now starting basically a brand, and specifically right now around one product that stands for quality and it stands for something that I truly believe in based on actually a need that I had during my first marathon, which happened in April of 2024. I truly believe that this is something that needed more time and more, let's say, fine-tuning that product in order to actually push it live and to be okay, to also show that product to the world. So there has been more than 100 iterations on this specific endurance supplement formula that I can right now truly say as well that within now and 3, 4, maybe 5 months it will be live, because the production of my brand will start either the first week of February up until the last week of February 2026, which is right now the upcoming 2 to 3 weeks, let's say. That's when production will start. And that's also what I would like to share with you guys, what is going on in my life, what's going on around this brand that you can learn from based on the lessons that I will learn accordingly, because this is a very, very hard process. If I would be knowing everything that would have come up until right now, in which I initially thought I was going to launch already in March of 2025, I doubt if I would actually have started this company in the first place. Sometimes, in that case, ignorance is bliss. And that's what I've learned by actually doing it, by learning from the process myself and just doing it, literally. So that's also something that I will, and how I will approach this content moving forward, by actually like sharing stuff that you guys can learn from based on the lessons that I will learn by building my own business and sharing it, documenting it to help you guys as well along the way, so you can prevent making those same mistakes that I make in order to save yourself money and time. And I truly enjoy it now. And that's also the reason why I'm uploading this video, because I right now feel as well I have something to tell, something to share, something that you can learn from and implement yourself so you can become a better entrepreneur or whatever you're approaching and why you're watching this video in the first place. And that is more important to me than to just share something for the sake of doing volume without a clear intention. Intention is very important to me, very important to the brand that I'm building. You will see that in the upcoming videos, and that's also how I will structure basically the videos that I will create moving forward, which is about 2 things. First of all, that what I will learn and will get into myself. And second, I will always approach these videos in a way that would matter to me where I was at literally 6 years ago, or let's say 3 years ago, when I was in the midst of the work of actually going from a specific number or a specific situation with my business to like the next level. That's something that I want to provide, not something that I don't feel like about just pushing live on this channel. So that's what you can expect from me moving forward. With that, my main target for 2026 is to also, like I said, just like go into this, like the next few YouTube videos, the YouTube videos that I'll create this year. I cannot say it will be once every week, once every month or whatever. I will only create something if I feel it's worth pushing live, and I will do that alongside that what I will get into with my company, with my brand, and if I think it's worth also sharing that with you guys. That's basically, simply put, how I will also approach this channel moving forward. So if that resonates with you, then there's a lot of things that you can expect moving forward. If not, then that's completely fine, because right now I'm also fine with just sharing that what I think is of value, and if I'm not aligned with it myself, if I don't get energy from it, I won't upload it. So with all that being said, this is my focus this year professionally. Personally is literally like, first of all, being focused on myself so I can also basically be of value of others, and simultaneously also with these videos. It is something that I don't really have a clear set goal for in 2026, to be honest, on personal level, because I truly believe that I will approach this year like just with a very open mind in order to see, okay, hey, what comes on my path? How do I respond on it? And what I genuinely feel that I have also the energy for to put time and effort in. And I don't know yet what it's going to be, because I'm completely focused on the brand that I'm building, documenting the journey, sharing the value with others, just like you who's watching this right now, based on the lessons that I will learn along the way. And with all that being said, I think we will only learn lessons where we will get into by going into most things boldly, without a clear expectation, because most of the times we will go into a specific situations with specific expectations, and when the expectation will be different than what you expected, or like the result will be different than you expected, then it might be a loss, or it might be something that is not gonna basically help you at that point in your life. But if you go in every situation very boldly, and like you're not fixed on that expectation in the first place, you can learn from it because you're open-minded, and you can become actually that person maybe that you need to become in order to thrive in that situation. And that's also what I will and how I will approach this year. Yeah, with all that being said, I'm super excited right now to be back, and I can't wait to share more with you guys about what's going on and what I will get into this year in 2026 moving forward for my businesses, and the lessons that I have learned along the way that I will keep learning and I will keep sharing in this kind of format, and also in a format that is more educational, by sharing my screen if I have something to share, and also by literally just enjoying it along the way. And if you have any questions, then you can always message me either on Instagram, which I'm a little bit more active, which I will link in the description, or inside the comments, and would be happy to help you out, depending on where you're at right now. If that's in literally not started right now yet, and you also want to start an online business, for example, in e-com, or you're already starting and maybe you're struggling to scale. Maybe you don't even know how or where to start in the first place. Dependent on what your situation is, I will only give you advice, and I will only help you based on the lessons that I've learned, and if I truly believe that I can actually be of value of you. If it's not going to be the case, if I cannot help you, I will be also upfront about it. So with all that being said, thank you for watching this first video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.